correct. The household name say Dodo Nambinimo or a youth activist or some sort of social commentator. Senior, what got there? In fact, the first time you knew she but I me show ni adie TV suni radio suni adie bibia boko there.
Most member about I've been monitoring you from afar. I see. Well, you see, we are Ghana, we are standing at the crossroad. There is no time to linger over a choice. Okay. We need to make a move. And young people, this is our time. Because here, Tanasika was very often here to say future leaders.
Yes.
The question is, if we don't fight to protect today, there will be no tomorrow. To inherit. This is the reason why I am incumbent upon us to collectively coming together as young people. You can belong to whichever political party, but at the end of the day, Ghana na
exactly.
So we
political calendar, it doesn't matter.
Exactly, because party no cry a vehicle, you need to secure power. But you see, allegiance in the to party and party interest. Now you're neglecting the state. It's quite unfortunate, and I think that is the point. As a do not deviate from we need to reset this particular way so where the youth will understand.
Hey, what can reset? Innocent, no, John, some good heart to say yes, papa. But Master Red, Kaswa, Master Red, fetch me. No messages, and fetch me with the Mecca and Nadia Mecca messages in Nama, Mehuse Musa Batwa, ni Ebusia, and Kainina, Mabala, and Oswa, Sly, Senior Sly, Madame Semunina, Maba, I can say Facebook and so. Na mo share link, mo koso one share link, na sebe ya afofofo nso ebenye biahwe na edwumadie no atre na kwachirichire obibia no ebe benefit wo enkomodi a ye atwetwe ho sanso na michia komensa pillar 2 mi so michia papa na ebusianfo a o maba Facebook ne so nyina no sede a dwumadie no esifa eko enti unia yen starting to say galamsey and then obi e kabi in fact yen so ye wa hekra ye kabi and utimi say nibra papa say doma hene edina no ato nsem ni mu asante hene opemso edina no atum bi GBA Ghana Bar Association anu dem can say UTAG so anu dem any some organized labor near the obi e kabi say
I think it's a good move. You see, over the years, sensitive issues of this nature now you wear the political color, then NDCC MPP. But when you see middle people over the years, some of us have been advocating, say they have a stake in this country. So Omunina should join the fight. And I say you talk to me threatening or cause strike because of Galamsey. Actually, say we are heading somewhere, and then I think it's a positive call. You see, because of leadership crisis, because you don't see any decisive executive decision and action be over the years. This Galamsey abaye social cancer eating deep into the fabrics of our society. When you're a leader, you don't sit there for others to teach you what to do. When the president promised he was putting his presidency on the line, people thought he was really serious. But not knowing it was just a mere political rhetoric. Because president what promises or presidency at your friends at line or so. Now here the rise in the Galamsey businesses and as a forum. At the end of the day, there is no single person. Yet me said this person is a campaign of Galamsey. Yet me a prosecutor and yet me any proper investigation. Yet me authenticate say indeed allegations na raise authentic or the otherwise.
Oh, but you can mention Aisha one.
Aisha one today, Aisha one sacrificial will be Aisha one. Uhe yemrana foreigner any who quine so we concession say. So in the first place, why the G concession in the Aisha one? So you see, young problem is you tackle no, we are just tackling the symptoms. I quite say when you're disease. Now instead of tackling the major cause, the pathological cause, you are just dealing with the signs and symptoms. At the end of the day, you won't get anywhere. The lack of commitment on the part of government, say indeed, you go against the individuals or more, that is the reason why we are here. Because so President Nawanya Frimpong Watson, he's a doctor, and his medical background, natural, when it comes to the medical implications of these, your friends Galamsey, now why a painstaking investigation and the report but extensively naming individuals, not just conjecture and maybe about the team now account. He named individuals. Our Dama presidents, at least these are the kind of investigation as president. What you do is to commit the resources of the state to be investigating, because obey investigation the bar, it doesn't mean say that is it. So you commit the resources of the state into investigating some of these things. So at the end of the day, so what to me identify Obisa they are really culpable, then the person goes to jail or whatever punitive consequences that are available, you expose the person to. But at the end of the day, you know, Frimpong watching all the reports in the bar, you know, was demonized, he was bastardized, he was insulted. What is Frimpong Watson?
He lost his job.
He's lost his job. He's out of the conversation. You understand? So you see, the complicity of the president and the presidency, you know, cannot be isolated from this galamsey menace. And it's the reason why you see, you tag and threatening medical. You have a madam for be a medical doctor, and he called me the last time I had a conversation with me. Said they met. Yeah, you have a Ghana medical way. Okay. I think that they've also
yes.
Exactly. So you see, Sankai president is really in charge. You will not have these splinter groups in for telling you what to do. What is the leadership? Because in your allegations, your tapes are babonting, excavators, a man for excavators, and for solution. President the buy and say, "What's excavators?" I mean, I deal with cannot cry. Is it a reasonable choice? And that's a reasonable decision to make as a president. Recently, excavators now no. Ya cost over million cities. Aquacoto excavators are kroma under a certain initiative called drip. Do you know how much is involved in your fence says Sikaba come here, what one excavator? You see, sir. People who are in charge of this country are not really serious. And you see, me, I can understand. But do you know why? I can understand why. Because you see, the various individuals in this galamsey, are people who are holding sensitive position in power. There are people who are either affiliated or connected to individuals in power. Because reports in about one thing, some high-profile individuals were mentioned. Exactly. Exactly. I know the day, President Etimi making sure say prosecute will be Attorney General making any attempt to prosecute anybody.
I say I'm jelly 76.
You see 76 no more can you see Galamsey in the etienne your campaigns now they own the concession, they buy the equipment and they take people to the site. The average Ghanaian youth or no because of the economic desperation onya aduani mintino or to the site. And if you arrest such a poor boy, so what cost site as a galamsey boy or bad now jailina. I know that you haven't done anything, but the campaigns and the Chinese who have been imported, Western region, and they have Chinese town, Western region, and because they are there. The influx of the Chinese people, are so many to the extent there. Almost a fertile avenue because state, I so impotent and so incapacitated, say, on me acting in the face of this threat to your friends. And then look at the infiltration among for invade the forest. What but
they make their case. Government makes their case and forcefully so say omu tuanamo na the biggest opponent mean can the NDC.
Okay.
And so and then infiltrate na and because of that they had to even suffer, in fact, severe damage in 2020 elections. Yes. What's your claim?
Sir, when you need plan or somebody will plan for you. The NDC is in opposition looking for power. So I don't know. You know what the kind of politics that we do. People will say anything for the vote, you understand. But if you're a decisive government, you have action plan, you know what you're doing. Whatever the opposition will say, people will not even consider because at the end of the day, you are tackling the problem head on. You see, this whole fight against galamsey, it's a shame because you see, some people fighting against galamsey. Some Boise and other places in Western region. Do you know how it happened? We had never papa to galamsey, and I will pass it down the torch, the amano. So to them, livelihood. Okay. So to start with, so we are government and also we galamsey everywhere. The first thing you do is to provide the alternative. The alternative livelihood. So when you win these people off galamsey, they know that there is something that I'm going to do. But because you see, the problem we have with government and they say it's knee-jerk reaction. That's already an opana or implement it because alternative plan. Say the youth in Obuasi galamsey is what they do. And you know, yeah, reorient you to other social maybe a package people will start business. I know the minute me galam say, so me galam say now I know I'm going to do something to provide for my family. But if there is no alternative, man will die surviving because I know that they have family to take care of. So to begin with, no, the initiative was premised on something that to begin with. Again, and I'm saying these people have interest in the whole core galamsey. You know, what is a ban say community a jai galamsey then community mining. And what happened? Party boys were on the ground, and this time, no, they were not just doing surface mining. They were dealing with heavy equipment because Chinese people came and they brought in this heavy duty, but their friends say equipment. And I don't know the day. They are using sophisticated equipment, you know, and the chemicals are assigned destroy soil and as a form. So, and the galam say, na 2016, 2014, you know, let's say they are all right, but the scale, you know, has been Akuffo to this extent. And the say clearly, Senka abine your well in say indeed, yachi asumasi, yachi way, na ya jail and ya prosecute will be ama a serve as deterrent. It will deter further engagement. But in a situation where Kwaku does it and he's free, Way does it, and you see the funny aspect of it all is and Yenya Galamsey campaigns who are entering our parliament. Next parliament in Ebasono, there are Galamsey campaigns, who are going to parliament.
How so?
Oh, there are a lot of them because people who are. Our various reporters about a public record.
Yes.
Today, some of them are contesting our parliament. So if these people go to parliament the next time, and I want the Galamsey issue got to her, or no, we are profiting out of Galamsey. So we are not serious. Yet, in the Western region, there was a meeting among regional ministers and other executives. Wasn't it? DC was telling the people, say, Soja for no mobile, stop Galamsey, and some
the parliamentary candidates.
Exactly.
Now.
Inciting the youth against the military. The regional minister. I know the day. No, let's leave it there. That is the regional level. When it came on TV, what was the decision? And I said, any initiative and action be
Oh, that's all part.
Come on.
It's not enough.
In a country, I mean, can't say, all your minor person survival. There are two things you don't know. You don't do.
Okay.
You don't show weakness. You don't show mercy. At our individual level, I can show you mercy. Oh, but when state, you begin to fold up by showing weakness, and as I will show mercy, pardon, people will capitalize on that weakness because, man, inherently, we are very dangerous beings. Yeah, so always. Oh, yes, I'm telling you.
I see.
Because things we can do, just imagine, with them, when you are alone, you know things that you can do. That is how vicious and how dangerous we are. So always, the opportunity incentive that will make mine that dangerous, you know. There must be certain institutions, there must be certain responsible leadership that will take it off the table. And that is telling people that there are punitive consequences attached to this action. We are with them. What does that make on? When I'm about to who is 16-year-old and I say 14-year-old, I cried on where you're for, but it will not even cross your mind. Say, maybe I wouldn't pay me. Why? Because yes, I know, but you care about your reputation and the consequences. But when anybody say TV, so you tell me discuss, so you see, so when you see those things are there, but we live in a republic where these things have been taken away, where the person who is supposed to provide leadership, man, I came to satisfy my childhood fantasies. I just wanted to be president. Hey, I'm cool. I'm president. There is no responsibility that comes with it.
To be very hard on leadership.
Yes.
On my own penny for I mean, the presidency especially.
Yes.
Over the time when I listen to you, I say, bomb hard.
Because you see, the soul of the country, a president in a way, even though it's presidency. And we practice an executive form of government where you wield enormous power. We're a president in our part of the world. And apart from that, you have power to do everything, including take the life of people. So with such the enormity of such power, you don't joke with it. Because you have the state power resources. Because Akuffo Addo, state Mahama
Excellency.
Okay, because of the conversation, we can't be repeating His Excellency just to make it informal. Okay, so be president, nyasa wako baby akodo usika na wode your mind no me no your taxes and ya boa no thinking say you are responsible enough. Let us give you that resources. So when you are giving down, you know say there is a responsibility at the amount. So you take care of the people, you take care of the state, you protect the interests of the state. But where you open the door, bam, and people can just do anything. I don't know if you've been following. In recent times, look at state-owned enterprises. And look at the losses they are running in this country. And they justify, go to the CEOs and look at the amount of money they are taking home. People think the size of government and ministers no we are saying, Sika CEO about 4 ministers. Exactly. We are not talking about it. They are deputies, deputy, Okoko board, they are airtime, advisor to the deputy to the consultant. So a package of nonsense and the taxpayer is financing.
And feel say purely leadership.
It's pure leadership crisis. And I think that there are easy way. Yes, I name away. But Makasa says leadership is not one-man enterprise.
Yes.
It takes a collective destiny. So, and Makasa, where you're president, you are at liberty. Every single brain in the country is at your disposal. Udimu it fits any part. Them. I know that whoever you enlist at any point in time, on perform, what did you see in jail? Because you have a pool to pick from. You see, that is the so the last time I culture will be say you can even get to a time where you can have even a fool as a president. When you have strong and intelligent people around you, they will help you to maybe steer the ship. You understand? But when you see say, oh, it's one man show, knowledge you will fail. Exactly. And that is exactly the reason why this arrogance of power then as for display because you see, near man of banner citizens and they can sometimes president. We all can make mistakes. We are sure you can make a mistake. Or call it maybe our new experience be already, but some of us can say, oh wow, next time. You see?
Yes.
That is it. But where somebody rise with certain unfettered arrogance, as if say he's God, we need to sing hallelujah choruses. Wherever you see him, you sing hallelujah. Abra, you can jet back room and you complaining. Everybody was complaining.
Yeah.
The president went ahead, kofa jet and see a tarmac. So,
yeah.
That is the arrogance of power.
But so
No. There was no justification. There was no justification because one catcher say, "Oh, that was absolute nonsense." You understand?
But say no, more stretchy the conversation. In fact, the defense minister make the case. He said, I mean, sometimes Omedu Pempensubi and I was a president into me freshen up or see from Penes or call into a very important meeting.
Yeah.
And I then am more dwelling on that particular say obey will
so the culture of leadership is a serious business. So you don't put jokers in suit and give them executive tag.
I see.
Yes. When you put jokers in suit and you give them executive tag, that is what will happen. Listen, a sensitive issue. I touch the heart and the borders on the welfare of Obia. The whole nation, everybody is talking about it. As an executive person, our defense minister, at that point, you don't make such a risible comment. You don't make it. You stick. That is why I say, you see, this whole thing is leadership because me have been following American politics since childhood, and I know how to communicate what to say and what not to say, when to say and what not to say. You understand? If you don't learn some of these things, in some public before. You have to know even with tone or posture or temperament. Because I know the day when I was in a stage, so Obia what them be a show. Me not high. The Obia of you we can't see, exactly. But the high Obia who. So we can be saying things as a what I say. Because we are mindful of people who are watching us and the thing that they are listening to. But these people, because they don't understand this whole leadership thing, no? Because you see, over the years, and I will not even blame just the MPP. You see, I think it's a merit. I losing the space in our politics because it's some kind of reward. Oh, a constituency on the command, and we end up rewarding these people with sensitive positions. So I know that he doesn't see say he owes you anything. No, the allegiance is to the person. So one of the MPs called parliamentary minister or called parliament, I say his it was this current AG. Was an allegiance is to the president. Yeah. You can't say that. Your allegiance must be to the state, to the flag, to the constitution, to the people of this country before to the president. Because oh yeah, say Sana president, so your allegiance cannot be to the people. But you see, because we don't understand and we don't know what we are doing, you know, if we say, oh, to me, unfortunately for some of the appointees and the Akuffo Addo government crowd there, so they see it as a reward. It's the reason why you see this level of impunity going. Or can't. They don't respect you.
Ivan Kyei Innocent, ena migusu ni sinkunya ewaha where youth activist, essentially a social commentator on the or trena juni kana juni will be bia. If it's about Ghana, dear, any obwa or bekana juni sesiana. And I like the fact that or cannot study it here. What can I say here without but yeah, him say you near Bema no so say Obana can sing kunyawo Jumedi so no Yagusua chain say Obebana Busia so Bebe cancer dia obe joining conversation. Maminchia Alfred Amwakon wajibre Facebook so wo share wo say wo biemu ku ha de ama abusuafo nyina say obibi anhwe nti share link no say de be ya afofrofo so ebenye bia here. So it begs the question, this galamsey issue ya na beg question is say at least if not for anything at all peni bia etuanamo bia kire say doable say leadership it means crack the whip. For example opimso in recent days ahimfo miensa enhancing empabwa etuomade so say omo engaging galamsey. And when you hear some political actors say adie no say de tie no yentimi enyi o nani dia o jeni say.
Yes, I think that Otumfo abaso because in his small way he's doing his bit. Exactly. Because so we now our Ashanti region you are scared to even give concession out. Why? Because Otumfo cracked the whip by sacking somebody at the state level. At the state level. You see, sometimes I can't be blame him for. I blame other stakeholders because you see they have a stake, but they don't have the executive power to pull anything. Otumfo to be fresh soldier for some Kumasi and so. But to me, Kakano no war wherever he is, he's doing something. But so I know the Nipa now acquire the executive power and they're not there. There was a time I swore soldier for Kogu say Obon conquest of Galamsey. And I'm telling you, some of the boys came back buying cars and so forth. Don't know Jai Soja no.
Sir?
Oh, you can do your investigation.
Yet we're having similar conversations now.
Soja Nina, Yaswan say on conquest of Galamsey no. Some came from the bush and they've almost leave with the military. They bought cars. Some have left. They are rich. Actually, say, Mrs. State, you know, and you're serious and you're ready. Because the very people, no, they are protecting these people. So you cannot isolate. It's unfortunate it is Akuffo Addo today. But Mahama and Asa it's the same line of conversation. When you do arms, you decide not to do anything. Because the Otumfo Ayo Kumase and him for the binum, so even though some are still doing, you know. I think that you see, presidents, you know, or exercise this reluctance, this inertia, because his interest is at stake. But in a democracy, you see, we all have a stake. That we are all stakeholders. Nobody and one interest or Ghana. So a company, you stake your pet. That is what it means. Yeah. But you see, other stakeholders, you know, they can put pressure on the state. For instance, your moral conscience of this society, they know that evil is evil. Yeah. And you in the Bible, a call for reprimand the people. Yeah. Say they were going to pray. Say Galamsey bonsam netu. One who said by 42 Galamsey da. And one who said Bosumi to Galamsey, Nipa de to Galamsey. And they have power. Instead of them to just go to the president and tell him, say, this is the wrong, this is the problem, Mr. President, you have the power. Let us do something because my background, I'm a nurse. Yes. I know the health implications of free Galamsey ever. And the president, our doctor in China, they brief him on daily basis. He understands the menace of this particular thing. And the way a software now continue with them, hallelujah, the bend. Hypocrisy. You understand? So maybe a young boy, I'm a tincha, I'm a shy. Me free said these people have failed us. Because people you expect to say they will stand and act as a moral conscience of society where Obi call wronger. Because in the past we saw it when Mahama was president. Yes, so Akwaje get Mutu about Kruma saying.
Yes, yes.
There was a man who told him that he should exercise
say wisdom.
Yes, he should exercise compassion in tandem with wisdom. Which means that the president is also compassion. There were people who used their puppet, but today these people you can't find them. Why? Because is it because the president is one of them?
Oh, see, send text message. So person reprimand or send text.
He's not serious. That is why you see these people, most of them lose or more essence and respect. My culture says respect is something we don't buy, we earn. And some of us, we don't just give it out. See, I just say you call them like tontos and now we subine near my bedenedi.
Do you think say you tag ni or some of these bodies here yomuti ema direct timelines you tag say or say by 30th say omo who action plan be from the executive they will advise themselves any some other ye ni ade our can do you think say ebe catch fire it will
yes
the government to do something drastic?
Yes, because
don't forget to say your election year and like you said a very dicey situation.
Very, very, very dicey. But you see, recently they made an attempt to sell our hotels. Maybe a quarter there, then some of this way, and I am backing down. Going forward, you might see certain action. May not be sincere, but I'm hopeful, sir. You jump on in the group, they will definitely go ahead with it. Because this is the time. These critical stakeholders have realized we have leadership paralysis. The leadership that is so important and so incompetent, and the level of incompetence is historical. So we sit down at our own peril. It's the reason why all of them are coming and say, no, this is the time for us to hold the bull by the horn. And they are not just doing it because of politics, and not all for the fun of it. Because I say the medical council association, they treat people. Me, I've been at hospital for so many years, and I know what people are going through. Why kidney diseases? And Ghana, we sit in Ghana, we talk about dialysis. First now to be. Why? Because people are poisoning our waters.
Exactly.
And you're very dangerous. The state of emergency in a sense you declare. One day, when you have time, go to Kolebu. There is a surgical unit. Be a cancer for no one. I'm telling you, so you will cry. Because I've worked there before. I've been there, and I'm telling you, sir. So we work on that unit. Because you see beautiful women in their prime age. They should be out there taking care of their kids, their marriages, and for them. You're trying to breast back. And they have no other option than to amputate the other one. And the ordeal, the psychological trauma, people who are on several forms of therapeutic regimen, and easy. Go through radiation therapy and chemotherapy, whole lot of. It's really serious. And it's who say obesika and they are unwilling to do something to ensure I think that we really need to do something about your friend saying Galamsey issue, and it's a problem. And from where I sit, I think that the presidency need to act up because these institutions are calling them. We cannot just sit and say it's business as usual. We really need to save this country, especially if for nothing. The health implications are so dangerous because they mercury poisoning.
Exactly. In so shortages. You can say Cape Coast ni can say Elmina, Central Region precisely.
Yes.
I know the
danger is that it's why you don't control the movement.
Exactly.
So just imagine innocent where whenever be poisoning.
Exactly.
So I think that it's really unfortunate. I say it doesn't matter. A lot of people. MPP are a bit more condemned. That's good. And there are some they are defending. Exactly. You see, the funny aspect of this whole thing, those who are defending, they don't even know what they're defending. The people they are defending, they don't even know them. The people they are defending don't even respect them, they don't even regard them, and they don't even know you exist. So this cheap partisan mentality, I think it is about time.
Exactly.
You're very eradicated.
Exactly. All right. Inti yegusu esinkunya ewo CTV Jabo Jumedie Suna Nkomono koye papa and loads and loads of messages na mode send ewo fidie ne so we say Ivan Ivan say udia no obo wa hasa obi so say I say Ivan is always on point. This man is a gem. All right. And also ni and someone uniane diaba ewo ho. I say we so say him say we Abdullah Tanko and also diaba. I say is this man living in Ghana? He's living in Ghana pa. All right, enti enkomodie na ye hwe na ye de abremu mo fiefie mu na dia moving away from galamsey ni ehun sensemi ene virtually all the stakeholders call on the EC to ensure a very free, fair and transparent elections. Yesterday the venerable Dr. Afarijan and also did not know to cast and commodianimu ebi anokra call say electoral officers are wonu be din sebi dwirimu ana se omakoja demudie ayes o me distracted elections no ni ade no they should take them on quickly na enhwe na bibia NDC is also calling for nationwide action by 17th so mo hu bibia fa the processes any incomodia efa about the voter register no any ade discrepancies admittedly is ankasa agia tumu no all this in some what's your viewpoint?
Yes, I'll start on the premise Dr. Nyahota Makulukan says when you face danger and he as a very dispassionate person very often or can't no cry among folks say he's really speaking the issues it tells you that there is something at stake. You see my catcher among folks say the only reason coup d'etat and see what Ghana had say you see near na ekos no nyina no we event and see what kroma na event AC or your neighboring countries are cool na yet the far west but you see we a nation and there is one thing that you cannot lose, that is hope. When you have that hope, it keeps people. So we are president, however how bad the situation is, you need to keep hope alive so that it will become an instrument or a catalyst that makes more people to hold on. I dare not you hope for people at these elections. Because people among for tenants they business who said the business I say I was so kind dollar you say no not ni bufu so bibia 2 years election there 1 year election there so there is the need to hold our peace and hope for the election. So the election is very crucial. The lives of Ghanaians are at stake and people will die ensuring say the legitimate will of the people will prevail, because to some are in slavery, some things that we've lost our conscience as a country and we need to come on the right track. So looking at the state, Michelle, I'm going to build it that particular way for you to know the stakes are in this election. And it's a way easier. Now we had a past. Circumstances lead to the coming of Jane Mensah. Circumstances, not what occasion during the 2020 elections. Yeah, the results number. You see, I have mistake. Now yeah, the computation about sometimes percentages, a bit broad so then as a former. However genuine, I'm not accusing them, but however genuine, people will definitely have their doubt because of that incompetence in our display. No, that is factual. Unless if you don't want to be your friends away. And the way the public trust in you will be shaky. People might think that we are going to favor the incumbent government. Lo and behold, and some could do court and going forward, I was hoping that Jane Mensah will learn lessons and know, say, she's not working for somebody, but working for the people of this country. You see, IPAC has been there as a platform of dialogue where political stakeholders go sit with George to ensure that we're able to build consensus. Sebeya, in some young time from court. Now you bet me as people. At some point in time, the NDC boycotted your friend saying the IPAC. Why? Because of you see a quiet but that dialogue being an election platform. some matter what is a German sense say don't get here and a whole lot of you see. So I know the day the essence of IPAC was lost. And subsequent to that, so we have some of the decisions that German sending in who near my Koswa, Ama Obit in China. People do not have trust. And as an electoral commissioner, you cannot do that. For instance, Yakotwaba, now you say you acquire registration. Registration and you no. You see, you send good district level. Just imagine, go to places like Northern Region. Me, I've been able to tour almost the whole of this country, so I know every nook and cranny of Ghana. So, of course, some of the Northern Region now, you need to travel several kilometers to get to the district way. And meanwhile, so poverty level was some of the communities. So if you tell that person, say go to the district level, the person cannot go. Obviously, people did all that they could, but this woman couldn't back to common sense. She became not amenable to this wisdom. And a koye never seen koye. Now you could sorry, I say a BVD machines, I lock and keys. A man for a book could how? Till date.
Abra cameras war.
Till date. Nipana machine one or no be a no. As to how nobody has been prosecuted, just said nothing. And we say we are dealing with a very sensitive matter, a border on public trust. And to me, a stakeholder as an NDC, as a political party, I will be a fool to sit there and say, oh, it's okay. No. Because that is a red flag. Looking at what has happened in the past, you need to do everything to ensure that these things will be accounted for. Till date, it's in Yama Assembly, the only thing on back end is, oh, machine no crano, you cannot activate it from. Come on. Yati Chroma say, Anna, Electoral Commission going to 2020 election. I'm going to say, we need to. Your friend say, you upgrade your electoral system and to register against the time of COVID. They force us down our throat. At the bar, I said, we need to verify, and then look at where we are. And I think about just said, so EC official to me and time to a system that appears so robust and so impregnable. No, obit me room a multiple transfer. Or so we for no domo. Hey, Unia. Now we are Electoral Commission and you don't see these things until Obina draw attention and send away. The question is the widespread no send the city other areas do not send our cost of one and I say do not send our cost baby so when you are aware and the time of won't make it press conference or can say they've not been able to sit down do
a proper
and see what is the essence of that press conference.
Oh, Serbia. Now they wanted to deal on my public confidence, no, at least deal with the Salaga one. No, say they be confidence in the Bessan they are doing something.
Until date. You see, that is why Nahotamoklo Cultural said we are sitting on the tenterhooks. We are sitting on a time bomb. It is only a matter of time, not when, not how or what, and the best exploding. And this woman, the issue I have with her. I had this belligerent posture. Okay. Belligerent in such a way, she's so aggressive, not ready to listen to wisdom. Obi can't. Somebody say the NDC is a critical stakeholder, whichever way you say it. Other political parties, they are critical stakeholders, and it is their interest and the larger interest of Ghanaians. And I will make sure, say, you were during the elections. So you can't brand them. And especially if you look at some of the appointments, of course, within the EC itself, Yatikroma and President Akuffo Addo. He understands the essence of our elections, and he knows very well, sir, in the sub-region, electoral misunderstanding and electoral violence are turning Africa into a graveyard, and the scars are there to show. Oko Sudan, Ubenyabi, Oko Kenya, Ubenyabi, Cote d'Ivoire, Babone, your friend Ouattara issue, no, 3,000 people lost their lives because of electoral win. It happened in Ethiopia. It happened in South Sudan. And you see, say you will be a onim sanema where President Akuffo Addo. But the man went ahead, appointed Dr. Apiahene. I will be in the political color. You would never even think of doing that. I'm telling you, because you really want to wreck the country. It's the reason why I will be that motivation and I make such an appointment. Because over the years, Obianim, Afarijan also. Because of he was appointed by Rollins, and MPP said untrusted. Way by my friend is saying, Salato Saba, it was the same thing. Way by so those things, is there we understand. But if you go to a certain extent by ensuring say Nippon Odomo back on board, people patrons, exactly with partisan colorization, people with political lineage, people with political identity, you don't do that. it's like you are insulting everybody. And me starting me catch about arrogance of power, no. Sanity, and you are here. Now you and have the conversation and making sure that things will water down. And it's the reason why sometimes I am so much disappointed in the so-called peace council and as a forum. Now they were selling peace for $1 million. $1 million. You see,
that is what they say.
I think we need to get serious. You see, when normally we see you from one day, you from one day, and yes, it's a sign that people are losing trust and confidence.
But they did budget. They open here to work, and
when I started to catch us, when you are on the stage, the language, the tone, the temperature, the pulse, you must sync with what is happening there. When who said, I didn't know who said it may be unintended, but it will hit on the wrong side of the people, and they will rise against you. You see, this institution, among forward trust, these are people who are supposed to shepherd, because they are part of those who are acting as sentinels of protecting the foundations of our democracy. And if something is going wrong, President making that appointment, you call him Mr. President. No, this one there, you can't do that, because you know already the confidence in the Electoral Commission is shaky. You don't do that. But these people are quiet. Now, they said they were calling political parties to come and sign peace dialogue. And I'm saying, maybe a political party, I would never put pen to paper. Do you know why? Because the scars of Techiman, people were shot dead. It was captured on video, camera, everybody saw it. The president went to Techiman and told the people of Techiman, said, "Mo Techiman for me, my mama he didn't care about those who lost their lives. Till date, no investigation, peace council or whatever council, now yeah, champion for peace going into election, could not tell the president that we need to do something about it. I was expecting the parliament to crowd would do something, and it's unfortunate that sometimes the parliament, you see, because maybe a minority in parliament, I will make sure that the business in parliament will come to a halt until that injustice is resolved. But it's business as usual. They need to get there to make money. Sir, people were denied their legitimate and the constitutional right to have a representation in parliament. People first said, we are here 4 years. We don't do democracy. If you do some of these things and the other opponents, who say we are weaker, they will treat you this way. But Akuffo Addo who said, I was strong. Your friend is a minority. They will hold him by the balls. I'm not sure he will do some of the things that he's doing. So we are advocating, as young people, we are all stakeholders. It doesn't matter where you stand across the political divide. We need to rise and rally behind the major good. Because we know the difference between good and bad. And in building a nation, like I said, it is not about you being a doctor, you being a professor, you being holding a master's degree or whatever. It's a collective responsibility for both the aged and the young ones, for the sick and the unwell, the well, educated and uneducated. You know your collective role. Professor no here no, sana mate no here, sana fita ni. So it is our collective energy, and yes, we are rally behind pushing this nation to where it is today. Because America is America today because of the individual role individuals played. America, but Indians in the building.
Do you find it justification? Say NDC is for say by 17th or month any positive EBA free easy when they will hit the streets.
Definitely. I think that yes, because you see, and then I'm trajectory of events. If they don't do that, people will not even take them serious.
I see.
Because you see, the red flags are many. Just call for the right thing to be done. And I don't know how much fuck KPMG or more chromas is here. Give them they will do the audit for you. Give them timelines. And there are several.
We even hear say UNDP class say person more offer assistance.
So
but the easy is saying no.
So why?
Anyway, ebusia egusua me ne menua bema Ivan Innocent na egusua twetwe nkomo wo the IADM say other colleague na say panel member no wentimi make nti baby Owobia no we wish him well the next time no we be join conversation say be ya enyina no ye be sinkonya na ye di nkomo kama pa na asemu yenhwe elections no said the media all the time when we ye baha make say peace na hu hia but peace no so say be enya no. You don't just say peace, then when you're peace.
Yeah, me catch a man for say, if you negotiate peace on injustice, and your war on what postpone, So never negotiate for peace on the premise of...
Say that again.
Me say, so who negotiate peace on the premise of injustice, you are postponing war. You've done nothing.
Very and coming to you know America say is a pocket of violence and there even internal party elections na there yakofa ballot box na the namha and the police ni enano esunafo so just say basa.
You see, when you lose control, that is what happens. Catcher say if we have been very decisive from day one, people who engage in electoral malfeasance, electoral violence, yachi obi a prosecute no a certain example. We will not be talking about this. But a banner children, there has been you can mention litany of events are happening. Obiakofa ballot boss.
Director say letter na ready nka fetu suma na minia be man so on farm build it up in the conversation no we are the office of the member of parliament Larry Ba Zurira Abudu, MP for Wale constituency. Na Oshe Krate, ya say Krate Odiaba, or say to the General Secretary, New Patriotic Party, headquarters Accra. And na Yamamina actually, or say, Dear General Secretary, Wale constituency parliamentary primaries, following the inconclusive rerun of the parliamentary primary in the Wale constituency yesterday, which was on the 9th, with the Electoral Commission unable to declare a result as a result of an unfortunate incident, I have decided that in the interest of the greater good of the New Patriotic Party and the peace and unity in the Wale constituency, I will no longer be a candidate for MP in the 2024 elections. I am therefore formally withdrawing from the contest. I would like to thank the party for the honor done me in representing my constituency over the last 4 years, and I can assure the party of my continued support in the 2024 election campaign. Yours sincerely, signed, Honorable Larry Ba Zurira Abudu, MP for Wale constituency. In Tebusia, Yamami na oni. In fact, Yamami president, vice president, Frankatuni Dima MPP. So ninuya nyenchen kura ninuya papa. Ena ne personal aid in so. Enso na oni ni sister esi akan no kono na emu na ne mo hye papa and ye mama di abase and 1910 say ye be bomba ye be ballot box so ye be pa obiti ye be yesi ni de onya kora contest bi etire nkotire de opese obefa akunwa no na obedi anim as MPP parliamentary candidate moving into election 2024 ewo wale no wondi anim na wonfa Innocent sanka we sanka ana.
Oh, I think she deserves commendation because you see my resign my position at all is not the common thing that you often see in our politics. Mr. Black man who cry now hold on to power to die. There was a time I mean Mugabe or call you when a commander's crap and I was and I was to Kurunti Sabi or be anyone who knew so with me call in his state. And that is Black man. So my main comment because you see yeah witness violence and kasa over the area and a sheer power play. Because this is a sister of a certain vice president, and this is a personal aide of a certain vice president.
Yeah.
So Obia well the power.
Yeah.
So they were just flexing their muscles. But at the end of the day, nipa no more grounds, no more suffer, but you don't know. Obi to me call no akwakofa we no worry. Obi to me call just say who have events now. But the young man say the SCC you will not get a single person. I are prosecuted because I are internal party kind of stuff. But I near my way, I address rehearsal going into the 2024 elections. And oh yeah,
I see.
Because when people do these things and they get away with it, there is a higher motivation. Say when it happens, the national election, I'll be catered for. And in 2020. shot people and kill them. I know the day, yeah, you're free, and we'll be all cover ballot paper and a then. So you see, it's the reason why those calling for peace, must be interested in some of these things. Now you're making sure, say, yeah, address it. And unfortunately for us, media has to do with our security. The last time somebody was telling me, say, oh, already a car, non quanka. I'm not going to soldier for Abefa. Let me say, we name their worker. The military, in the past, that is not the military today.
Yeah.
Military, they not a thrive on values, principles, and certain kind of way. But then is this and then military now by an extension of political party way. That is why you see this power play out there. And do we need to say military be taking over? I'll be you are joking because they are the same. And so we have quite a recruitment into our security. Look at the flashes.
A call a worry part.
They are very dangerous. And then Paraguay, we've seen a number of incidents. And I've been telling people, say, oh, mine are building. We don't just come city and talk. We provide solution. Exactly. I am telling people, say, this idea of using 6 months to train police personnel in the military, because just imagine, say, somebody is a fool on the street. Just pardon me, just a description.
Yeah.
And what picking? And you think you can use 6 months to train a fool and arm him with a gun? You can't. Somebody a fool somebody who has been fooling for 22 good years. Somebody who is not wise and he's 25 years. You think you can use 6 months to train that person and give him gun? And until police ni bi wo ho na one trotro driver enya we ya no watwe tuo. There was a time last week obiku Uber driver because
yes.
Because you cannot use 6 months to purge stupidity out of somebody and as a state, we see me say amamu and yes I there ya trogu a boso and I kind you flexible. You need to adjust it to your local circumstance. Have problem now cause now with your training as for. And say we need to set up police training colleges. I have been training individuals for maybe 3 good years, and I said we just like people go to nursing training and then people go to training college. About my time, I'm yet training people and police in how the phone crime manner. Sunday set WhatsApp crime, but a crime, young with cyber.
Yeah.
Cyber terrorism, then as a form. And so, how do you use them to tackle some of these things? I think we need to retool our training methodologies and they employ the sophisticated way now. I am fan training your soldiers because first in we are bomb and the soldier no fire and sun and as a form cool. Yam macho and your soldier net. For bitty baby to compete and the drone. We are much no bomb bill. What I say? We need to get serious. Training people, training or more emotions and as I don't know how often our police personnel to go for psych evaluation. I don't know. I'm not saying they don't do it, but for how I'm going to go for psych evaluation, I don't even know. But you need to understand the state of mind. Until go election grounds, they will not become danger because maybe so me with tour or endanger everybody around us. And in the recent time we've seen it, we can't just get there anymore.
All right. Ivan Kyei Innocent na yenina achuchin common way social commentator is also a youth activist. It's always been a delight to have a conversation with him. Now dana say and then so odini nim die ene na dream po e dia ba betua yen wa ha na odia boy dwumedi nipa. In fact, loads and loads of messages, plenty of them. Ebrebe mo ye be can be, but Ivan ye be dasi say we are so grateful to you. CTV Jabo ya hwefo ni ye tiefo nyina eda wase say ojebre and ye nua nanka wo ba wentimi amba minim say wo hwe me please next time no emfa ye sa abra na but ye nim say wo de ya na wontanye sa, so we wish you well wherever you are. And that ye birthdays no na mini Ivan in sorry so ye birthdays na mini Ivan en sorry so na mini Ivan na be pon wa ha and it say bibia ye kama nti director ye nko Stephanie Okai Stephanie Okai and the birthdays na ba no Stephanie Okai and na ye di ni Stephanie Asante Bekwai Poano asante be kwai poano we free Emmanuel Abuaje na ende ode aba se or we show happy birthday or say cheers to greatness. I love you so much. Auntie Stephanie Odofo Ima ena ende we wish you well no on your birthday. All right. Auntie yetwaso Madam Yvonne Mills. Madam Yvonne Mills and Madam Yvonne Mills and so wawoda we every wawadi nyina edem hona edem mawo was say Madam ye CEO of Genesi Skin Repair and Nasa Center CEO Papa Madam Yvonne Mills and I Edem wish you happy birthday. Now I say the words in I say you are an amazing employer and in an honor being a part of your employees. Simply the best. And Madam Yvonne Mills Edem na Otumane Osano say nini aji papa yet waswa we Alice Lati and ono so edina woda ewo honom no ye mami Alice Lati we free wa wodoba wadi nyina love emisa Obaba love emisa and Odiaba said there is a person on the planet that means more to me than you. I know that no one is perfect, but in my eyes you are the only one who comes close. I love you, Mom. Happy birthday. Auntie nonini semwa eye wodoba love emisa ede emawo ede twato kra ye miankasa mini papa Victor mino madam fopa damfo nua and there ewa water Victor happy birthday to you. Parliament of the Republic of Ghana and would do a juma papa boy juma pa edibua or my Ghana. Happy birthday to you, Victor Yankupon Shao. Na from the team ningina next generation team ningina any members ningina no we wish you a happy birthday. God richly bless you na ontre ushimu. All right, enti yenda Amalina Children's Saving Foase say omoso yasne na ye di dwumadi nyina de be Amalina say ye kano obetimi no omadi nsa wo so e was 0501672445 0501672445 and now says 0501672446 05016724446 na onomudi nsa wo so obetimi ahwe bi onwani so ade baby bia social media and so Facebook Twitter and X TikTok and Instagram you know Amalina Children Saving one word Amalina Children Saving na wahwe dwumedie na onumudi entade ne nkwada ho ne mamu nyina na otimi atobi uto online kra na ombetimi abe deliver ewo fie e dia ma sedia bibia nso ebeye fine omonkrabata ne sedia yakana yaka atashi baby ya techima na bi wo ho ukokumase eduma bi wo ho makola onomo wo ho weja block factory nso kwantempon nso onomo wo ho na Amalina nso ewo ablikuma ewo Amalina Plaza ne mu kev ho a okona onomo kodinsa wo so sanso na yeda Electoral natural clinic for us say one mugu so I saw ya cinema yede apomudin komodi no da ni da nyina no yede bremu Electoral natural clinic omo weja malangba we kwantempon so chief palace ho udru ha ho na onumbutu yade bia ye so kranko bia no form number is see am no ka say na frɛ wo 0536 542509 0536 542509 and now says 0536 520897 0536 520897 said be ya omo be ko mboa kama enti edo bibia se michia yen channel head michia penifo a ewo CTV if you ha on mo boy echi domo a da ni den nyina no omo hye yen kran said be ya dwumedie no ye de be bremo director producer floor manager obi bia sound obi bia MCR fo nyina edo bibia se makoye mbwana and then so ye show no area bremo Ivan Medasi once again for coming there odia sempa so meda na se obeka me ho ma ye de newspaper nkomodien by sanso na migina miniaba anemo ohenewa gaga lady gaga anemo na ye chi obibia na edo bibia se wojebre na ohwe yen ye de dwumedie no besi ha nyame ya adom na adom be dom ye ne a kire me boy be sen hia ne de foforo nso e de abro midin Dr. Kofi Annan.